All right, so today we are going to start a new lesson in social studies, the British rule and the 1857 War of Independence. Here in this lesson, we are going to study how Britishers came to India. Why they came to India? They came to India because previously India was very rich and famous for its richness, spices, and silk and handicrafts. So many Europeans and Western country people were fascinated and they all wanted to come to India for trade. Okay, so they many Europeans came, then Mughals came, then Portuguese came. Many type of people they came to India for trade, and many settled down also here. Hmm. So at this like the same similarly, Britishers also came to trade, but slowly and gradually, what happened? They were smarter than the Portuguese and rest of the people who came to India, and they start settling and ruling. When they start settling and ruling, what plan they do, how they ruled India, then how the first war of independence 1857 occurred, we are going to study in this lesson. So page number 122, look in the books and read. In ancient times, India was known for its richness and prosperity. It was famous for its spices, pearls, silk, gold, and handicrafts. What India was famous for? Underline spices, pearls, silk, gold, and handicrafts. All this was present in India in plenty. It was available in India in plenty. It was also called the bird of gold. India used to be known as the bird of gold because too much of gold was there. Too much of gold, too much of pearls, too much of different types of spices, which was not available in other countries. That's why people got fascinated and came to India. Mute your mic. Manvi, your mic is on. Manvi, your mic is on. Yes, Ritisha. Then next is these things were in great demand, especially in the European countries. Then even in the ancient times, are you looking in the book, all of you? First, look at the activity zone of assessment. Use picture to answer the question. What are these? What you can see in the picture? Spices. So you will write their answer. Different types of spices. These are different types of spices. Right there. These are different types of spices. Page number 122. Till now, page number is not clear. Page number 122. Zone of assessment we are doing. What you can see in the picture, these pictures are of different types of spices right there. And then second question, can you name any four of these? You have to write the name of four of any of the spices. Red chili, coriander, turmeric, any. What you can see in the picture, Manvi, tell. What are these? You will write these are different types of spices. These are different types of spices. And then in the second question, write the name of any four spices. Turmeric, coriander, red chili, clove. Turmeric, coriander, red chili, cloves. Are you all listening and writing? I hope you know the spelling. Coriander, red chili, cloves, turmeric. Yes, Arhan. Hmm. Then next, even in ancient times, people from all over the world were keen to come to India. The Aryans came from Central Europe. Now here in this paragraph, we will study who all came to India. First, Aryans came. from Central Europe and settled down in India. Thereafter, the Parsis, then came Parsis, and the Afghans migrated to India. First, Aryans came, then Parsis came, then Afghans came, then came the Mughals, and they too settled permanently in India. Then came Mughals. Then Genghis Khan, the Mongolian, invaded and looted India many times. Genghis Khan and this person, Mongolian, who was the Mongolian, they looted India. They just took all the spices, took all the pearls, took all the gold, and they looted and many times and went out of India. Then Alexander the Great too came to conquer India but went back after the battle with Porus. Now, Alexander the Great, he also came to India to win India, to conquer India, to loot India. But what happened? There was the fight with Porus, and Alexander the Great was defeated. So many people came to India. Aryans came, then Mughals came, then Parsis came, Mongolian was there, Alexander also tried to came, and then came Yuan Sang from China came in pursuit of knowledge and visit the ancient Indian universities of Nalanda and Takshila. Columbus wanted to come to India but reached to America. Now, Columbus also wanted to come to India from sea route but he reached to America. India was famous all over the world for her health and quality goods. Wealth means too much of money. Money was there. Too much of money was there in India. Too much of gold was there in India, and spices, quality goods. Goods were very good. India had trade relations. Now, India used to trade with different countries like Greece, Rome, Arab Empire in olden times. Later, Spain and Portugal also tried to enter that trade. Now, see how many countries and how many people came to India and how many countries traded with India. If they had not looted India so many times, India today also must had been very rich. But she is not rich because of these people in the ancient time. They have came to trade and they have looted and went away. The discovery of the ocean route from Europe to the east via Cape of Good Hope by Vasco da Gama brought the Portuguese to India in 1498. Then who came? Then came Portuguese. And who brought Portuguese here? Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama from sea route. He came to India in which year? 1498. The Portuguese landed in Calicut on the west coast of Kerala. They established trade in spices for which Kerala is famous. Kerala is famous for spices, black pepper. It is famous for black pepper and clove, which is very good. They came to India, Vasco da Gama and Portuguese came to India from sea route in 1948 and then they settled in Kerala and started trading. The Portuguese collected great wealth from India through the trade and they became rich. Obviously, when they are going to collect so much of goods, so much of spices and in little money, they purchase here in little money and go and sell in their country in very high prices. So they become very rich. Then, with the Industrial Revolution, the Dutch, the Britishers, and the French also tried to gain the fourth hold in the profitable business. The French established their colonies in India. Now, French also came. Now, are you listening? How many people and how many people from different countries came to India? After Portuguese, Vasco da Gama, French also came. The Dutch, the Britishers, everybody came. Then lastly, now Britishers were smartest of all. Lastly, the Britishers came and ruled over India for nearly 200 years. Lastly, who came? Britishers, and they were smartest. What they did, they started ruling India. And for how many years they ruled? For 200 years. In the battles and wars that followed, the British were able to defeat all the other powers and gain supremacy in India. And gain supremacy in India. Lastly, the Britishers came and ruled over India for 200 years and they were very powerful. They were advanced. They had weapons, advanced weapons with them, cannons, rifles. So, whatever battle they had, different country people used to fight with them and everybody got defeated. Britishers used to conquer everybody, they defeated everybody, and they were very powerful. They established themselves in India. Gained supremacy means in India they became the supreme power. The East India Company, then they opened one company. The name was the East India Company. A British company opened first trading center at Surat. Later, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir gave permission for the opening for more trading center. Now, first Britishers opened one company, East India Company, and then at that time in India, who was ruling? The Mughals were ruling. And Mughals gave permission to Britishers to open more trade centers. Now, this was the biggest mistake made by the Mughals at that time. They should not have allowed Britishers to open companies and settle down here. But Mughals, what they did, they asked Britishers, okay, you want to do trade and you want to open companies, you want to settle here, you can open your trade centers. That was the biggest mistake, because of which the Britishers became more powerful and they started controlling Indians. The British soon opened factories. Now, when they got permission, so they opened their factories at Bombay, Madras, Calcutta, Chennai, Kolkata. Matlab, every place they started opening their companies to become more powerful. With the excuse that they had to protect their British factories, the British started maintaining an army. Now after opening the companies, what they did, they start calling the army, means the soldiers from the country. Now when Mughals asked why you are calling the soldiers the army, then they said we have to protect our company, that's why we are calling army. So this was an excuse. This was how Mughals were made fool by the Britishers. Britishers said we have to protect our company, protect our trade. So we are calling the soldiers and army. And as soon as all the soldiers and army people came from British to India, they were in huge bulk. Too many people, powerful people with rifles, with cannons, with all modern weapons. So they were now very powerful to control the Mughals also. So they defeated Mughals also. The Battle of Plassey. This battle was first battle between Britishers and Sirajuddaulah, that means the Mughal emperor. The Nawab of Bengal, Sirajuddaulah, protested against the fortification and maintenance of the army. Now, this emperor, this Mughal Sirajuddaulah was smart. He said, he am not going to allow Britishers to bring army here. He was against Britishers. So what happened? The Britishers refused. Sirajuddaulah declared war against the British. Now, when Sirajuddaulah said, no, you will not bring army here in India, Britishers attacked Sirajuddaulah because the Britishers are very smart. They wanted to control India, they wanted to capture India, rule India. So, when Sirajuddaulah said, no, don't bring your army here, so what they did, they attacked. Sirajuddaulah declared war. The Battle of Plassey, which took place in 1757, British were victorious. Obviously, Britishers will win. Victorious means they won. The British became very powerful in Bengal. They trained Indian soldiers and employed them in their army. Now, what they did, they brought their own army. Now they started training Indian people also, and they just give training and they employed them in their army. Indians also they started taking in their army. The Indian soldiers and the British were called sepoys. They were given which position? Sepoy. Sepoy means sipahi in Hindi. Okay. Then the British forced farmers to work as cheap laborers and grow cash crops like cotton and indigo in Bengal. Now, what happened? Then, when they thought that now we have won, they became more powerful. They started forcing labor farmers to work like laborers. Means they were not allowed to grow crops of their own wish. Now, if I have a field, I grow wheat there, then Britishers will say, no, you will not grow wheat. You will grow cotton. Why? Because if I will grow cotton, Britishers will have more profit. If I will grow wheat, Britishers will not have profit. So they forced farmers not to grow whatever you are growing. They forced them to grow what they want. That means cash crops, from which those crops which can generate more cash. Then British forced farmers to work as cheap laborers and grow cash crops like cotton and indigo in Bengal. They purchased raw materials at low prices. They purchased raw materials. from India at very low prices, and then they manufacture them, and all these low prices, and then they again sell it out at higher prices. So they were becoming rich and Indian farmers were becoming poorer. All these made Indian farmers very poor and British became rich. Like this, how British started capturing and controlling Indians. Are you getting it? Who all came to India? Who started come to India? Who all looted India? Then because of whose mistake they made the company, and then how they did. Who came through the sea route? Vasco da Gama came from the sea route. Then the Portuguese came. After that, Britishers came, French came, Dutch came, and then finally Sirajuddaulah opposed Britishers not to bring army. Then Britishers attacked Sirajuddaulah, and Sirajuddaulah was defeated. Then Britishers became very powerful, and they started torturing farmers and telling them that you are going to grow whatever I am going to tell you to grow in the field. So they started forcing farmers to grow cash crops like indigo and cotton. Okay, then all what happened? We are going to continue in the next class. I'm stopping here. Your homework is that you have to read this much what I have explained. Okay? Now, in justice, we are going to, yes, what happened? Where? EVS? I will tell you why you are worried about the next class just now. We are talking about social studies now. Okay. So, you have to read these two pages today two times. Tomorrow I'm going to ask who all came to India, how they came to India, for what they came to India. Okay? So this is your today's homework.